Hey guys, TechGeekHD here again with another video, and today I actually have what's on my iPhone 10. Now, I will actually have my dedicated review for the phone out as soon as I can, but before I do that, just to satiate you guys a little bit with iPhone 10 content after that unboxing, I did want to show you guys what I actually have on my iPhone 10. Now let's, as I normally do with my what's on my iPhone videos, let's start off with what is physically on my phone, and you guys might be able to see, I should probably zoom or focus in here, I do have a glass screen protector on my phone, and that's simply because it costs nearly $300 to get the screen replaced on this thing, and I would like to not have to spend that money, which would be, nice after spending the amount of money that I did on the phone. That being said, I actually did get Apple Care. This is the first Apple product that I've ever paid for Apple Care for, and again, you can imagine why. It's simply because of how ludicrously expensive this phone is. But yeah, so of course I have that screen protector on there. I actually also have the official silicone cobalt blue Apple case for the iPhone 10. I actually really do like Apple's cases. I think they've always done a good job. I remember I've been using the Seafoam green case on my iPhone 7 since the day I had it, and I really love this on here too. So the actual phone, I'm actually going to take it out of the case just for the purpose of this video, because there's nowhere really for me to drop it right here. But this is the space gray 256 gigabyte iPhone 10. I got it, carrier unlocked because I tend to travel and I want to have a phone that works for me pretty much globally. And I really do like the space gray. I think this time it was actually necessary to clarify that because the phone is actually available in a silver color as well, but the digitizer, the front of the phone is actually black even on that phone, which is actually really nice. I really like that. The body of the phone, I think the phone feels really great in the hand, but I'm going to leave all of that for the review for the phone. For right now, I think I just want to cover what I have on it. So let's actually go ahead and get started. On the front page, on like the main screen, I have a couple of home screens, but on the front, actually, let me show you guys my my notification center here. I want to show you everything. I have bank details. I have my credit card down there, so I probably won't do that. But, right at the top, I have Coinbase, which is an app that I use to invest in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. And I also have LifeX, which turns on and off my LifeX light. I also have the battery indicator, and I have weather, and then of course I have some things to do with my bank, which I don't want to show you guys. So on the main screen I have messages, WhatsApp, FaceTime, and phone. I actually use WhatsApp a fair amount now. I actually didn't used to use it a whole lot back in the day, but I've started using it a lot more because of my friends in other countries that I want to keep in touch with prefer using WhatsApp, and so really as a social media or like a texting application, you kind of really use it because your friends use it, and so I have to use WhatsApp. Then I have Photos, Visco, which I just updated, YouTube, and Messenger. I have music. The thing is, I just like having Apple stock apps on the main screen, even if I don't use them that much. It's just a habit. I actually don't remember the last time I used music, so that is just there. I just don't use it a whole lot. Then I have Mail, App Store, Facebook. I have my primary email client of choice, which is Newton. I have Weather, Google Maps, Clock, Uber. I actually switch between, Uber and Lyft for my ride-sharing service of choice. I actually like them both. Then Settings, Clear, which definitely needs to be updated. It hasn't been updated in a while, but the developers actually are finally updating it after like 2 years, so that's cool. I have Snapchat. You guys can go ahead and follow me on Snapchat if you want. It's just at TechGeekHD, which you can either scan that QR code or just type in TechGeekHD and you'll find me. I have Notes, which I probably shouldn't show you those notes. I have my finance folder. Now, this actually has apps for my bank, or an app for my bank. I have Wallet Hub, which I use to keep track of my credit score. I have Capital One CreditWise, which is the same sort of functionality. I have Venmo for sending and receiving money. I have the IRS To Go app for to track my tax returns. I have the Capital One app. I do get my or my credit card is from Capital One, so I love Capital One. They have an excellent mobile application. I have ADP to track payments. I have Coinbase to invest in cryptocurrencies. I invest in, I own a couple tokens in Bitcoin. Ether, and then Litecoin is pretty useless, so I hate Litecoin. I have Cash, which is I think an app by Square, which my dad prefers to use Cash instead of Venmo, so he just sends me money on that. I have the HDFC bank account, which is I have a bank account in India, but I haven't used that bank account in maybe 6 years, so this app is sort of useless. I think it might finally be time to get rid of that. I also have Robinhood to invest in the stock market. I've actually pretty much pulled entirely out of the stock market and reinvested my money into crypto, which I think is a safer bet. Maybe not a safer bet, but it is a better capital gains, if I'm honest. I have a utilities folder where I have things like PayPal, Dropbox, and Speedtest, LifeX. I have WeChat to talk to my friends who recently moved back to China, and so he really likes using WeChat. I have MTicket for the MBTA, SoundHound, which I jump between SoundHound and Shazam. I like SoundHound because you can hum into it. CVS, I just use that for the extra care card. Google Drive, Skype, which I don't remember the last time I used that. Yelp, which I use often, the Sony Play Memories app, which is what I use to control this camera if I want to control it remotely via my phone. I have Zipcar when I want to rent a car, Airbnb if I ever need to Airbnb a place. I have Transloc Rider, which is just my campus's like shuttle tracking app. I can call a ride from there. Hopper, which is good for planning flights and things. Google Slides and Google Docs. Then I also have the Emirates app, which again is for booking flights. Pinkberry, where I just have my Pinkberry rewards card. Google Hangouts, which again, haven't used any of these in a while. This is for a product called the... What is it? It's called the Time Box. I should have made a video on that like a year ago. That company's been annoying me for a while. That's my fault totally. I'll try and get that product video out. Southwest, also for booking flights. Gboard, because I really like using the Google keyboard. And my Apple apps folder has really just the stock Apple apps, but also Blur, which I had paid for back in the day. I think that was the first app I ever paid for, so I never deleted it. It hasn't been updated like forever, and it actually gives me errors saying this app may not function with your device anymore, which kind of sucks, but you know. In my dock I have the camera because I use the camera a lot, Safari, Instagram, and Spotify. Those are probably my most used apps, and so those are always, I like having those in the dock. On my second page, I have Twitter, Behance, which is where I put up some of my work. You guys can go and follow me on there if you want. Parcel Track, which is really great for keeping track of your packages and deliveries. LinkedIn, because everybody needs to have a LinkedIn these days. DJI Go 4, which I use to control my Mavic Pro. Behance Display, which just shows you your own projects in like a nicer way. Tumblr, again, haven't used that in a while, but you know, it's Tumblr. TV, I actually do have this app because I subscribe to, I have like a Hulu premium account, Hulu Plus or whatever, but you can link it to TV, which is nice because it's kind of like having native integration inside of iOS 11. I have Background, which actually pulls images from Unsplash, which I really like. It's a great site for stock images, and this is great for wallpapers and things. I'm not using a wallpaper from there right now, but often I do. Best Brokers was a game that I used to play a long time ago, which was kind of like an investing game before I really started investing, and that was a fun app to get started. I have eBay and Amazon, Goat for buying like hype stuff. Really don't do that a whole lot, but it's nice having it on there. Hyperlapse and Layout, haven't used those ever pretty much. I think I used Layout once, but never. I mean, I feel like I would use Hyperlapse because I like making videos, but I always kind of forget about it. Maybe I should move it to the front page. I have Spark, which allows you to add like music and filters to video. Haven't used that in forever. I have Tinder for, you know, Tinder purposes. I have Apollo, which is my new Reddit reader of choice. I actually I truly like Reddit. I actually used to use Alien Blue, and then I've used, you know, a whole bunch of different Reddit clients. I've been using the stock Reddit client for a while because it was pretty good, but Apollo just came out and I really like it. I have Strava to chat, you know, to track runs and things. I'm honestly like a total lazy asshole, so I don't run anymore, but I have that on there to remind me that I'm sort of an asshole. I have Zomato, which is kind of like Yelp, but it works when I travel. I have To Do Movies, which is great because it lets you track every time I'm at a movie theater, I have this app open, and when I'm watching previews, I just write down the ones that I want to watch when the movies come out. I have Grubhub, which I actually was a Foodler kind of guy, but Grubhub just acquired Foodler, and I actually really like the Grubhub app, and they work pretty well, so That's what I use for food now. Again, I have Lyft. I have Medium. You guys should feel free to go follow me on Medium. I actually did a recap of the iPhone 10, like a weekend with the iPhone 10 on there already. I also wrote about the iPhone 8 that you saw an unboxing of in this channel, so you should go follow me on there. I'll leave a link in the description. I have If This Then That, which is a great application. Domino's for pizza delivery, but I'm getting so sick and tired of Domino's that I never want to see their pizza again. I also have the Greatest Trump soundboard, which is just fun to mess with people because you can say stupid Trump things in reactions to people saying things in real life, and it's kind of hilarious. I have Discord, which is kind of like a gaming like communications network thing, but I just use it to talk to friends. I'm not really a gamer. I have Bitmoji, which is really just so that I can link to Snapchat. I have a couple games. I haven't played a single game on my phone in at least a year, if not more. So I have these games right here. You can, just stop it. I mean, I guess the only game I would probably ever play is 2048. Still love that. I have Burstio, which I think is 99 cents or like $1.99 or something, but it allows you to turn bursts of photographs into GIFs, which is nice, or into like yo-yoing videos, which is pretty fun. Shazam, again, very similar to SoundHound, just used to find music. Podcasts, which I am subscribed to a couple podcasts. I should probably listen to them more often, maybe like when I work and stuff. I just don't, because I lose track of what I'm doing when I'm working. I have Mom, which is a super private encrypted messaging platform that a friend's brother made. So I was beta testing it, and I think it's still in beta, but I don't know when it's going to go live, but if it does, I'll let you guys know. I have Waze for when I drive, if I want to, figure out like if there's a cop or speed traps or whatever. I have UX. These are some of the apps I use for my user experience design work. I have Figma. InVision is pretty standard. Sketch Mirror sucks, but you got to have it just to see if things work. Adobe XD is really nice. They're finally out of beta, so that's great. And Principal is really cool too. I love Principal. I have Files, which is just a standard iCloud app. I have Duo Mobile to verify my login for classes at Brown University, because now I take classes at Brown University in addition to my industrial design degree at RISD. I have, of course, Hulu for Hulu Plus. I have Rad VHS, which is kind of just like a VHS sort of camera filter. It's kind of fun. I have Cam Scanner for when I want to scan things when I don't want to go to a scanner. Groups is actually a legitimately insanely good app. It looks like it was designed in like 2001 or 2002. It looks like one of those like super old-timey apps, but it works super well because I'd been wanting to clean out my contacts list forever, but it's annoying to have to go into each contact and hit delete. Groups lets you group delete, group text, group whatever, and it's great. I love it. I have PhotoFox, which I downloaded, but I haven't used, so I'm just going to delete that. 1Password for passwords, Slack for the different like Slack channels that I'm on, and then Get is kind of like a lot of like colleges and universities will use this service. It's really just to be able to keep track of like your meal points and things like that, and so I have that on there. But yeah, that's pretty much it for what's on my iPhone 10. Again, this is a 256 gig unlocked iPhone 10. This is so much money, but I mean, I don't know. I really love the iPhone. I'm really, truly loving this screen. But I don't know if I can recommend everybody spend this kind of money on a phone, but if you can, this is a sick phone. I'll let you guys know everything in my final video review, which I'll probably have in the next couple days after this video goes up, so make sure to stay tuned to the channel. Again, thank you guys so much for watching this. If you're wondering, Cobalt Blue Apple official silicone case, really nice. Recommend the case for sure. The screen protector is a little annoying because I like the screen protector, but once you put it in the case, like it like curves over, which is nice, but the case actually puts pressure on the corners, making them bubble up a little bit. Once it's out of the case, you'll notice that it isn't bubbling up at all anymore, which is nice, but this is something I'm going to live with for now. But yeah, anyway, that does it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.